I want to be ready, I want to be ready, I want to be ready to walk in Jerusalem just like John. I want to be ready, I want to be ready, I want to be ready to walk in Jerusalem just like John. Oh John, what did you see? Walk in Jerusalem just like John. I'll be there at the coming day. Walk in Jerusalem just like John. I want to be ready, I want to be ready, I want to be ready to walk in Jerusalem just like John. I want to be ready, I want to be ready, I want to be ready.
Okay, well, my name is MacDonald Alexander, that's my full name. But people most of us call me Mackie, and that name start from in school. And well, in school I learned to play quattro in school. I had a quattro in school. And I had to music class. There I learned my music. Learned to play an instrument in school. And from there, I step on forward, listening to people play guitar, mouth organ. I could play mouth organ too. I used to watch my brother learning to play guitar with a friend. And I used to take up the guitar when they put it on, I take it up and start learning the chord what I see them pulling. And so I start playing from there onward, and I could continue practicing until when they have pull the first chord. Everybody was marveled when they have pull a first chord. I start with my music. My brother used to tune them Milton. We tune it up and we start to play do re fa sol la ti do, and we bring the sharp chord and there we start. And I never stop. I only want to excel.
Well, I am Sandra Alexander, and well, the singing aid start from very small within the church. Myself and my children, my husband, you know, and the father always teach them music from small, and it's from the father they learn music and thing.
The singing aid start after I had a former quarter called the Cherubims. So them used to, that's in church, they used to follow the cherubim singing. That time they were between 14 to 9 years old.
And you know, all of us were in the church, and from there, well, they started singing, they remained in the church.
And I had also, not the cassette only, I had records. And they used to listen carefully. And having them start singing and they put a chords together. And I was monitoring them, who sing this, who sing tenor, bass, and everything. And they put their voices together, and it sounds beautiful. And they start singing in church from there onwards. And they give them the name singing aids. And their singing aids start.
Where was Debian when the boat turned over?
Down by the river, picking banana.
Where was Debian when the boat turned over?
Down by the river, picking banana.
Picking banana.
Down by the river, picking banana.
Picking banana.
Down by the river, picking banana.
Where was you?
Now you're grabbing.
Yeah, I know.
went by Tante Judy in the gallery, in their gallery, and then we started singing there when Toya and Jessel and them started singing alto. And I can't remember the song that we started singing. All of us was just Debian, me, Alvin, you, Jessel and Toya, and we just started singing. And then we said that, you know, we used to go to church and sing a day.
Yeah.
And we went to church and we sang a song in church. I can remember it was Lord, I cried and I cried. Some song we sang. And then David Lawrence say, just before he announced us, we're gonna have the Alexander family, better known as the Singing A's, because the name starts with Alexander, better known as the Singing A's, and then that's how the name stuck.
I was first introduced to music by my father, you know. He first, you know, he always liked music as such, and you know, the first time I remember is that when he brought a quattro home, and that is how, you know, he introduced us to it, and he always liked the little keyboard and thing.
I grew in a house with music. Daddy was the musician for church, so he played the organ. We had a quattro home, we had guitar, we always had music. We actually wake with music, we sleep with music. Some of the music we didn't really like, but we couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't do anything about it because I was very, very young. Until I remember when one of the radio stations that played that specific type of music burned down. When we came from school, we heard that the radio station was burnt, and we were really happy. We jumped, you know, we were excited. It burned down finally. We wouldn't be hearing that type of music anymore, but we couldn't let Daddy and them see until they resurrected the station again, and then, you know, back to the dreary music.
So a day he bring the quattro and was teaching me to play quattro. I could not sing or anything as such, but you know, I always wanted to play an instrument or whatever. I'll be pounding on the keyboard or pulling a string, because he had a box guitar as well. So he bought that keyboard, that quattro. And then he started to teach me a little chord, you know, G chord, C, and all them kind of things. So yeah, that's how I first get introduced to music. And he ended up buying our next quattro because my brother Rodney, you know, he and all was interested, you know, and my father teach the both of us, and that's how we end up getting to play the quattro, and we was able to introduce the music as such until we start to develop and get a love for the music as well.
My first experience was seeing my father play piano. I remember at a very young age, while being in church, he was a church organist, and seeing him play, I was like, I wanted to play. I know I wanted to play music at some point in my life. And then being around music, my whole family play music, so it was natural for me to just play music.
I was about at the age of 3 or 4 when I, you know, started going to church and looking at my father playing the keyboard. Not the keyboard, at the time was organ. The old time organ where they see in the Catholic church, the organ. And you know, looking at his fingers going across the keyboard of the organ, forming notes, you know. And I used to look at it and say, well, I want to be like that. I want to be able to play keyboard. I want to be able to, you know, be like him. So I started, you know, playing 1 or 2 little notes, forming notes, and you know, things like that.
And then mommy used to be always singing. We go into churches, music. So I was introduced to music from my home environment. My parents, and they surrounded us with music because that is what they knew at the time, and they still know.
And then now I realized I always in a corner humming a tune until mom used to tell me like, I's a little old lady, why I keep humming tune. So basically that is how I realized that I was introduced to music. When I saw Daddy playing the keyboard, I started following him playing the keyboard, and I started singing, and you know, yes, that is how I was introduced.
Normally, your mother used to bring in children here to listen to listening to music. So I used to stay here while they're practicing, and to listen to the music as they sing and put it forward. And I put my bad bird, I couldn't Curtis, my two nephews, and all of them sit down here with their friends listening, and everybody start to play something. Bad bird start to play the guitar, his brother couldn't start to sing, Debian start on the keyboard, and it was a real good vibe with all of them singing and enjoying the music and we put forward. And those days the full band didn't form as yet. Just the keyboard and our guitar. Because now getting to sing this, but he couldn't play it as good as yet. So it was a cappella, right?
But it was nice as a family within the Sabbath moments to see, like from the Friday evening, I bake, I cook, I have everything in order. And me, my children, the father and everybody, we sit down as one family and we welcome the Sabbath. And when we welcome the Sabbath and everybody pray, then Marky now will take up Rodney and Alvin. I wouldn't say much Louis because Louis was plenty more smaller, you know. And Marky, well, they go along with the guitar and thing until the breakfast time come now to drink the little tea and eat and thing, and Marky stay with them. So they have to thank God that their father, he's the person, teach them and show them music. They didn't went and learn it no way. Marky start with them. So that is what I know so far. And they know that.
And there are a lot of people who, well, that mommy used to take people in. Everybody just come and mommy just take them in, feed them, clothe them, and because we were singing, and what we always had was morning worship, always morning worship and evening worship every day. And we had a lot of music involved in it, so a lot of people grew up around us learning to sing, learning to appreciate music. And then we had Rodney, had Jason.
And my best friend, Jason Bishop, on guitars. The next song we're about to do, well, tonight, all the music you're going to be hearing from us is original music by each one of us. So the next song you're going to hear is Spirit of Peace, and this one was composed by Jason, my best friend.
Jason Bishop now, who, I'm not lying to say, I did not, every time I see Jason come with this guitar, I used to get vexed. Because it was like noise, noise. And Jason came to our house and started from nothing. I remember Jason sitting on the back step. On Sundays, he used to come on the back step. Hours with Rodney there. And they go in, and there was a time it was going so good. Jason stayed by us like 3 days straight. And I said, why this boy wouldn't go home? And mommy was just there with them, giving him things to eat, feeding him and nurturing him. And today, Jason is one of the best guitarists in Trinidad.
For me, I would say the biggest problem was Shuma going to live Tobago. For me, I was thinking, well, wait, that's the end of the singing days because we can't practice. We can't, even if somebody call us to sing, we can't really function because she's in Tobago. So for me, that was the biggest obstacle. However, we find a way to work around it because she just be back and forth a lot more now than a long time. So.
When Suman had was to leave to go to Tobago, and then Debian get married and all of that.
And Rodney was living Sando.
I started traveling. That was he started because we had a bond. We still have a bond, but the bond that we had before, we used to come together and practice, and whatever. Yeah, when that everybody separate, that was real kind of sadness. It was like, you know.
And it's true, because I remember when Rodney was living in Sando for all these years, we were saying, way at least when I come down, Debian could just come across, it's just 3 minutes. When Rodney wasn't even here, he was still in Sando, and then he was traveling. And then when that's Alvin now started traveling, and so like now is a time when everybody is more closer, not closer in person, but we are tighter than ever because we know how to sacrifice to make things happen now. Because it's not easy to get everybody in one place at the same time. So it was a sacrifice. And another obstacle for us is lack of appreciation from people, because I remember many times when we go places to sing or even play, for example, if Rodney is playing and one of his guitar strings burst, and we asked, they never wanted to acknowledge us by giving us any finances, and we never asked. We never asked. We just did it because it's in us and we just love it. But oh gosh, the little consideration, a string burst will at least assist in buying a string. You know, we were children, we weren't working, and people just ignored us. They would see that we are struggling with instruments and we need a little bit of assistance. No support, no encouragement, no motivation, nothing. Thank God for our Father. He is the one that used to give us the encouragement. So Rodney at one time was playing a guitar with a pink bass with 2 strings.
Mom, you remember Rodney with the bass guitar and all these things, but I did by the pink string.
Yes. 2 string guitar and Rodney rattling the music.
And everybody used to laugh
Everybody
at him.
used to laugh at him.
And he had no shame.
No shame.
None.
On big stage, he will go up with this 2
2
string
string
and
bass.
everybody will laugh and he will be like, you
I
know,
remember.
and play.
I remember a concert. It was a concert or something when Rodney went up. I thought everybody was playing on the stage now. And then Rodney went up with this 2-string bass. Everybody laughed. Where's this little boy with his 2-string bass? Well, when Rodney started to play that 2-string bass,
The
man,
audience
hushed it.
get
All the critics
quiet.
hushed.
Yes.
Things get quiet. They wanted to hear encore. People started to clap.
Lack of
Because,
appreciation is the
yeah.
greatest thing that we had to overcome. When you think your own environment, in your own space, talking about like church environment and people around would support, a lot of people didn't. I don't even think they thought we would have been at this point now. Reach this point now that, but it kept us humble, and in spite of it, God, you know, He allowed us to see this point, and we're just giving back now.
To tell the truth, to put everything in place, so how much children I have, I could tell her. It's 2 girls, 3 boys. Alvin, Shuma, Rodney, Debian, and Lois. Lois is my last son. Well, to tell the truth, I didn't know Lois was in the group in those days. He was a baby. I didn't even know he could have sing. To tell you the truth. But when I get to understand he could sing, that I hear he get a call to go on a cruise ship. I said, to do what? He said, to sing. He and himself and his Robin. When he came back after that cruise, he started to sing some song from what I still, but I didn't even know he could sing. You had a talent hide up there, but all the time now, he was like a little baby. So he just listening to everybody singing, but he couldn't really say anything as if he was about 5 years. Yeah, about 5 years. He just listening. So that is something I really have to mention.
Well, we were doing it a while now, longer than a lot of groups you're hearing right now. And I think a lot of them took things from, I wouldn't say they try to copy us, but we influence them one way or the other. I don't want to call no group name, but it have a few groups around that when we hear them, we could see, all right, yeah. And just the same way like us, we learn from our cousins, like the Cherubims, and that's with Selwyn, Yuri, Hayden. We learn from them. Ian, but Ian. Yeah, so we learn from them, and it just pass on.
Yes, from generation to generation.
Well, first I had a quartet in the church called the Cherubim Quartet. I formed that quartet by listening with my knowledge in the music. Now I can't read music so good, but the knowledge I have, what I'm born with it, I could tell you, so you sing bass, you sing tenor, you sing alto, you sing soprano, and it really match up to their voices. I just listen how individuals speak, and I say you could sing this, you could sing that. And so I formed the Cherubim in Adventist Church in Cap-De-Ville here. And after they were there, the singing days, the children of them, listen to them singing. I know Daddy in the music and them in music, so them follow suit. After Cherubim who married, who migrate and who move along, they took over their footsteps and they began to excel in their music. It has some music I used to get on the cassette. I played for Alvin. I used to help teach them, and you sing that time. And it wasn't much teaching. Like every one of them born with a gift, know what I have to sing, and with the different parts, and they put it together, and it was a harmony.
Yeah, well, I used to sing in church too, you know. And I have to say, even my two daughters, the talent that they have, the voice that they have, I give them that voice because I was a very good singer in the church. Even if I didn't know, it would have members will ask me, Sister Grace, you could still sing. So I just tell them, yes, once God bless you with something, it's still always there, you know. Once you have it still there to glorify the Lord, it's there. Not to glorify the world, but glorify God. Right? So I just feel proud when I hear Showman, I hear Debbie Ann sing. I just feel very, very good. They take that from me.
Their mother could have sing very, very, very good. What of us used to sing duet in Cap-De-Ville Church? I used to sing, what one is song to sing by Use Me Lord? Use me Lord, anywhere you want to use me Lord. Yes, me Lord, use me Lord. That song we used to sing as a duet, right? And she had a very, very high-pitched voice.
Steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away home. I ain't got long to stay. Yeah. That was my favorite song, you know. I love that song when I was in church singing that right through.
My greatest enjoyment comes with not only singing, me just singing, being a part of the experience, but actually seeing children sing. That is my greatest enjoyment. So I am a teacher by profession, and in my school I have a choir there, and it's because I know that there are children who can do so much, and we as adults, especially we as musicians, should tap into their musical abilities and teach them, guide them, instruct them, so that they will be able to learn to develop their talent and develop it right. So that is my greatest enjoyment, teaching and seeing little children sing or play an instrument or something, because music is a language that everyone can understand.
I just enjoy music. I enjoy singing. I enjoy teaching people to sing. I enjoyed playing the instrument. I just enjoy everything about music. There's nothing about music I don't like. I enjoy everything about music.
Traveling, because I had the opportunity to see the world through music, and for me, that was living my dream as a musician.
Being able to sing. I like to sing as such now, you know, be able to do different parts with my voice. If it's alto, soprano, I like to sing high. I just enjoy singing high than my normal voice then. You know, sometimes I'll sing bass, you know, low. But I enjoy singing high notes as such. That's why I enjoy in music as much. Remember this one? Where was Debian when the boat turned over?
Down by the river, picking banana.
Where was Debian when the boat turned over?
Down by the river, picking banana.
Picking banana, picking banana.
Down by the river, picking banana.
Picking banana.
Down by the river, picking banana.
Where was Shuma when the boat turned over? She
Down by the river, picking banana.
Where was Shuma when the boat turned over? She
Down by the river, picking banana.
She picking banana, picking banana.
Down by the river, picking banana.
Picking banana, picking banana.
Down by the river, picking banana.
Where was Rodney when the boat turned over?
Down by the river, picking banana.
Where was Rodney when the boat turned over?
Down by the river, picking banana.
Picking banana,
Down by the river, picking banana.
What I hate the most is when the other we use our song over and over and over and over. That just gives me upset.
Let me say, for example, I in choir practice, and the majority of the members get their part right, and just one or two in get it right, and we just keep cutting and going over and over and over and over and over non-stop. That will kind of agitate me, and I really cannot, I don't like it. So
You know, because sometimes you'll be playing a song and you know the drummer or the guitar man whoever get the song good, and somebody else foul up, so you have to go back over again, or they didn't get a certain part good, you know, so you have to go over the same song again, and we have a whole heap of songs to learn. So that is the one that kind of get to me the most.
One of my pet peeves is people who want music and don't appreciate the musician.
I hate when people look down on other people who are trying to develop and sing or develop their musical abilities.
As for example, you would have a wedding, people would want live music in the wedding, yet they would put the musicians in a corner and everything would go on, and then you would play probably when people eating, when they're not paying attention to you, and then after that they would pay everybody, and maybe you may get paid, sometimes you might not get paid unless you ask.
There are some people who feel that they are already up there, who feel they are already well schooled and well learned, and they have all the experience, and they can play a lot of instruments. And there are some people who are struggling and who are trying. They just put them in the back or look down on them and not give them the exposure that they need. I hate it.
The lack of appreciation for musicians, that is one of it.
See them some old school with that too. People will say, what? Give a little old school. The first tune I ever used to play on the bass guitar, and then they play that to them.
I live in Tobago, so I teach vocals and choirs in Tobago. And to give you a breakdown of it, I taught at one particular village, Laketo. I taught a children choir there for like about 7 or 8 years.
Well, basically what I did, doing at this, I'm a little studio, I did do a recording as such.
outside of the group, I am presently a choir instructor for my church, my local church, SDA Church of Cap-De-Ville.
My church in Signal Hill Signal Hill Seventh-day Adventist Church, I also worked along with Sophia Smith-Paul, another good friend of ours, well, like my sister. We worked with our choir there.
I am still playing a lot of music in Trinidad.
Sometimes, I have so much ideas in my head as like concert vibes and putting things together where music is concerned, so that it could keep the youths, and who involved in music, who love music and all of that. So that is what I really into, and that was I like when it comes into music. I have ideas in putting things together and developing the skills of the youths who want to play music as well. So right now I'm working with a group in the local church that I'm going to, and they're doing real good. People saying they're singing real good and things. So and that is me there. I just like to help people develop, and the experience that I have, I like to share it with others now. So
I'm playing with almost everybody in Trinidad when it comes to jazz, reggae. It doesn't matter the genre. I play with everybody. So presently right now I'm just playing, gigging, freestyling as a bass player, freelance bass musician.
Then I went to another village in Moriah. I taught another choir there for like 8 years. And then I went to Table Peace, where I also had a choir there. Then I went to Golden Lane, and I also worked with the school there, Golden Lane Government Primary School, around their graduation time.
One of the most sought after basses. I am very proud to say that. I won't take that away from myself because I work very hard for it.
I am a teacher, preschool teacher. Also, I am a music coordinator in my church, also head chorister in my church. So that is what I am doing outside of the singing age.
Seeing that I grow a little older and have a little more experience, sometimes I form little groups, band, choir as such now, because I just normally conduct a choir in the church I used to go to, and now after I'm going back to do it again. And then the youths that coming up now, we arrange music with them, show them little loopholes and things where they're missing, and kind of develop the music then.
Presently, the Tobago Mission of SDA, that's the umbrella of all the churches in Tobago, have a children's choir, a children's mass choir. It's for all the children in Tobago, and I am the one that is teaching that particular choir with only children. It's a big choir. We have almost 70 plus children, and they are doing great things. So apart from being with my family in Tobago, that is what I do.
I played with Nia George, Fair Alliance, Alison Hines, Maximus Dan, Saucy Wow, Marshall Montano, Bungie Garlin. Played nearly everybody you could think about.
Also, I am a member of the Point Fortin Community Choral, directed by Mr. Culver Centelay.
In my school too, I also teach the musical part, and we have a choir that enters a lot of competitions. So as I stated before, I love to see children sing. So that is what I devote my time and my energy towards, apart from being with my family.
In gospel, I played with Positive, Nisa, just to name a few. In jazz, I played with Terrence Shaw, Forder Bickford, Anthony Wood, Tony Paul, just to name a few. Yeah, I played with nearly everybody I could think about in church. If I forget anybody, it's because there's so much.
I want to be ready. I want to be ready.
I would say, one, remain humble. The Bible talk about the meek. You remain humble, it will get you very far. And always remember, there's always somebody looking at you. Even when you think nobody's looking at you. So you're always mentoring somebody indirectly.
You're gonna encounter so many challenges that will discourage you, that will make you not feel to sing, not feel to open, not even your guitar case to take out the guitar to play, or whatever talent you have. You just need to pray and ask the Lord to guide you, and when He guides you, you step out bold and be confident.
And I see, some of my friends and them who look up to me, when music is concerned, they reach very far. You understand? They reach probably further than me in certain music now. You know, so because they always look at us as a family and admire how we sing, and they're always asking questions. So I always tell them that, you know, what you're doing, why you continue doing what you're doing. You understand? Just don't give up. You know, to win what you love in music wise, but just continue with it.
Do not look down on others because you could sing better than them, or you could play guitar better than them, or keyboard better than them. No. You do what you have to do, and even if whoever is playing cannot do it as perfect as you can always help. You know, do not look down. Help. And put God first in everything that you do. Pray first, and then you do what you have to do.
Well, the advice I would give to them, hold on and don't let go, because outside they ain't have nothing. What out there have is killing, is crime, is all kind of thing going on. So when you're on the Lord's side, you're on the right side. So don't give up, hold on and serve the Lord, sing for the Lord, and the Lord will glorify the voice and have your voice sweeter and sweeter every day.
Well, my advice to them, stay close to God. He the author of music, and He will reach in their voices. And with that now, His blessing will come down to them, and they will excel more than they are. So my advice is just stay close to the Lord, stay focused, and you will achieve exactly what you want to achieve. That is my advice to give to all my children. Just stay focused to the Lord and your music. It might seem like you ain't reaching nowhere, but eventually the Lord will bless our way.
I want to be ready, I want to be ready, I want to be ready to walk in Jerusalem just like John. I want to be ready, I want to be ready, I want to be ready to walk in Jerusalem just like John. Oh John, what did you see? Walk in Jerusalem just like John. I'll be there at the coming day. Walk in Jerusalem just like John. I want to be ready, I want to be ready, I want to be ready to walk in Jerusalem just like John. I want to be ready, I want to be ready, I want to be ready.
Child, I'm gonna walk that milky white way, oh child, one of these days. Child, I'm gonna walk that milky white way, one of these days. Well, I'm gonna walk on and take my stand. Whoa, I'm gonna join that Christian band. It's when we walk that milky white way, oh child, one of these days. One of these days,
I'm gonna see Him.
one of these days, I'm gonna walk
going to walk,
on
to
and
walk,
take my
I'm going to
stand.
walk,
Whoa,
I am
whoa,
going to
I'm
walk,
gonna
going to walk,
join
going to
that
walk,
Christian
going to walk, I am
band.
going to
It's
walk,
when
I
we
am going to walk,
walk
going to
the
walk,
milky white
going to
way,
walk,
oh
going
child,
to walk,
one of these
going to walk,
days.
one of these days.
It's when we
Going to walk, going
walk
to
the
walk,
milky white
going to
way,
walk,
oh
going
child,
to walk,
one of these
going
days.
to walk, one of these. I'm singing Mary.
Oh Mary, don't you weep no more.
Martha, don't you moan.
Tell Martha not to mourn.
Oh, Mary.
Oh Mary, don't you weep no more.
Martha, don't you moan.
Tell Martha not to mourn.
Pharaoh's army.
Pharaoh's army.
You know they get drowned. got drowned in the deep Red Sea. Mary,
Mary,
oh Mary,
Mary,
tell Martha,
not to
yeah,
mourn no more.
if I could,
If I could,
I surely would stand on that rock,
stand on that rock
right where Moses stood.
where Moses stood.
Pharaoh's army,
Pharaoh's army,
you know they get drowned in the deep Red Sea. Mary,
Mary,
oh Mary,
Mary,
tell Martha,
not to
yeah,
mourn no more.
Mary and Martha,
Oh Mary, don't you weep.
they surely cried.
Tell Martha not to mourn.
About their brother,
Oh Mary, don't you weep.
who had died.
Tell Martha not to mourn.
Then came Jesus,
Oh Mary, don't you weep.
the Son of Man.
Tell Martha not to mourn.
And he told
Oh
them,
Mary, don't you weep.
I've got all powers in my hand.
Tell Martha not to mourn.
Oh Mary,
Oh Mary, don't you weep no more.
Martha, don't you moan.
Tell Martha not to mourn.
Pharaoh's army,
Pharaoh's army,
you know they get drowned in the deep Red Sea. Mary,
Mary,
oh Mary,
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 oh Mary,
Mary,
Mary, oh Mary,
Mary,
tell Martha
not to mourn.